Should you pursue a second citizenship? That is something that totally depends on your unique situation and your personal goals. So, if you are happy living, working, and doing business in only one country and you feel totally safe there, then perhaps getting a second citizenship might not be necessary for you. However, if you have plans to travel more frequently and more broadly, if you want to do business internationally, if you are not sure about the future of your country, then perhaps getting a second citizenship might be a good option. It's like getting a new car or buying a new house. A second citizenship is the insurance. It's a plan B in case something goes wrong. It could also be that you might not feel that you need it. However, if you are not 100% sure about your current situation and think that something might happen, something unexpected, then it's good to have that second citizenship. In 2020, COVID has taught us that you really do not know what might happen, and with all the political happenings since then, the restrictions, the travel bans, the wars, we live in very uncertain times, and having that second passport is just the insurance every high net worth individual, every entrepreneur and every investor should look into. So why does second citizenship matter in 2025? Getting a second citizenship seems to be a rising trend amid political instability. We are seeing an increasing interest in investors and high net worth individuals wanting to obtain that second citizenship. It's not only citizenship by investment. People are also looking into their ancestry. For example, a lot of Italian Americans, they went the way of proving their ancestry and applying for citizenship by descent. And it's not only Italy, it's a number of European countries that have citizenship by descent. So if you are one of those people that have a grandfather, grandmother, or a parent that used to be a citizen, was born then it's worth having a look into that, because you might just be able to qualify for a very good second citizenship, second passport, and increase your mobility, and it might just be the insurance that you didn't know that you might need. However, for those who are not as lucky to have some kind of ancestor in a country that accepts citizenship by descent, more and more investors are having a look into these kind of options, not just only for themselves, but also for their children and grandchildren. It's a legacy they can leave to their descendants, and it's also a really good option for those who are looking to live a more global citizen lifestyle and who think more globally, more wide, and just want to get some kind of insurance in case something happens. The second biggest reason why people are getting second citizenships is precisely the travel possibilities, the mobility, the access to new business opportunities. It's not just to increase their luxury lifestyle, but also to access some critical things like education, healthcare, some specific business ventures, being able to do business in a region or a country as a citizen of that country and region. It just might affect the perception in that business surrounding and give you just an advantage. In multicultural areas and businesses, being a dual citizen offers that flexibility that you can just hop on a plane and go do business somewhere else in another country, whereas if you hold only one passport, you might be limited when it comes to these things. Then there are also some rights that are associated to having a second citizenship or a residency, and it also is an additional security. You have the right to live, to work, to travel through a certain country, to access benefits in that country, such as education, healthcare, even retirement benefits. Investors have the option to retire then in that country or region. They also have the right to split their time between multiple countries, and it is a plan B, an added security. And then there is also the matter of investment and resource access, because in many countries, only the citizens of that country are able to buy agricultural land and access specific business projects, such as business ventures that are of strategic importance to a country or investing in a certain region of a country. And there can be also added benefits that investors receive from some countries if those are projects of their citizens. However, there are also some legal obligations obligations and also some downsides of having multiple citizenships and things to consider. For example, if you are a dual citizen and one of your citizenships is the United States, then you have to look into the taxation, because as a US citizen, you will be taxed based on your citizenship and not your residency, even if you live abroad. And then there are also some other matters associated to having multiple citizenships, such as exit bans. Renouncing your citizenship might be an issue. Some countries do not even allow dual citizenship, and some countries have mandatory military obligations or can limit you in some ways when it comes to banking and accessing certain countries and business ventures. So you have to be careful also which citizenship you are choosing for yourself. We are seeing that many countries that are struck by war, that's not exactly a citizenship you will want to have, because it can limit you. And then there's also an occurrence that happens when countries do ease their dual citizenship rules, that there is an increase of individuals obtaining second citizenships, such as was in Germany recently. Another thing, if you are going to the descent route, something that is happening is that countries are making it stricter and stricter, and that they are limiting the number of ancestors that are accepted for citizenship by descent. So this is definitely an opportunity that you should not wait very long to use. And there is also a little bit of a price increase when it comes to the processing of such applications. So if you have ancestors, do not wait, because rules and regulations do change. And if you are an investor thinking about getting a second citizenship, then also do not wait, because some programs exist now and the prices usually do increase with time, and it is becoming stricter and stricter. So it's better to get a second citizenship now than to wait and delay it for somewhere there in the future. There are a lot of benefits that come with having a second citizenship, but do keep in mind that there is a process for obtaining the second citizenship. When it comes to the citizenship by investment, now do keep in mind the financial part, and that it's not accessible for everyone, but it is a good option for investors and high net worth individuals who see the value in such citizenship routes. There are a lot of benefits towards getting a second citizenship, some disadvantages as well, and the process can take time. It can be a little bit complex. It can require a lot of documentation and also that financial contribution, but for many investors and global citizens, it is worth the investment and it is worth the trouble and wait, because it is a great asset, especially in today's uncertain world.